In this video, we will be discussing the close relationship between groundwater, surface water, the relating ecosystems, the impacts new developments can have on depleting aquifers, and why they are overlooked. There is more of an intimate relationship between surface water and groundwater than most people understand. The base flow in all streams and rivers is seepage from groundwater resources, and when rivers are above base flow, they are replenishing groundwater reserves. Unlike surface water, groundwater is difficult to measure, and this has resulted in those who create policy and legislation to neglect any impacts new developments can have on groundwater levels and quality. The effects of a depleted aquifer are well known. Lowered water table, stream and lake levels drop, water quality deteriorates, land subsides, and aquatic and riparian plants can die. Lower water levels increase the concentration of minerals and other contaminants, degrading the water quality. A lower water table means lower surface water levels and harm to ecosystems that depend on regular surface flows. Undoubtedly, pumping of water for irrigation and drinking water are the most significant stressors on our groundwater supplies. The impacts of creating large impervious surfaces, which prevent precipitation from recharging aquifers, can also be significantly impactful and should also be considered, particularly in areas experiencing a threshold level of groundwater depletion. The United States Geological Survey estimates 1 acre of land can receive up to 27,154 gallons of water during a 1-inch rainstorm. Anywhere from 2,000 gallons to 5,000 gallons of that can permeate through the soil and recharge an underlying aquifer. Black Hills Energy recently began construction on a substation on a neighboring property. All properties surrounding this development have low groundwater levels and poor water quality. The development will make over 7 acres impermeable. That is over 35,000 gallons of potential recharge lost every 1-inch rainstorm based on USGS estimates. This will almost certainly compound the groundwater issues by further depleting the aquifer and thus degrading water quality. This motivated me to request the Watershed Impact Report and found that no consideration of groundwater is required by the EPA or the state. While much attention has been given to aquifer depletion in recent decades, efforts have been focused on the regulation of pumping, while impacts from new developments are almost completely ignored. The EPA created the Construction and Development Effluent Guidelines and Standards, 40 CFR Part 450, in 2009, with amendments made in 2014 and 15. The regulations only cover stormwater discharges from construction sites. These regulations are implemented through the National Pollutant Discharge Elimination System permits. The NPDES Stormwater Program requires permits for discharges from construction activities that disturb 1 or more acres and discharges from smaller sites that are part of a larger common plan of development or sale. Depending on the location of the construction site, either the state or EPA will administer the permit. USGS has been stepping up its efforts to monitor groundwater in recent years with its Groundwater Watch program that has compiled data from about 850,000 wells over the past 100 years. This also includes the Active Groundwater Level Network that contains water levels and well information for more than 17,610 wells that have been measured by the USGS or USGS cooperators at least once in the past 13 months. This current data, coupled with long-term data, can provide the information needed to monitor groundwater depletion locally. Periodic assessments of changes in groundwater storage could be made by measuring more wells over larger areas at 5 to 10-year intervals. Such changes could be documented for major aquifers and then compiled into regional and national assessments. With great advances in water science, USGS has developed the Next Generation Water Observing System, NGWOS. The NGWOS will provide real-time data on water quantity and quality more affordably and efficiently. This new system is generating integrated data on stream flow, groundwater, evapotranspiration, snowpack, soil moisture, water quality, and water use. The NGWOS utilizes fixed and mobile monitoring assets in water, ground, and air, including innovative webcams and new ground and space-based sensors. When fully implemented, the NGWOS will intensively monitor at least 10 medium-sized watersheds and underlying aquifers that represent larger regions across the nation. The pilot site is in the Delaware River Basin, and it began in 2018. The Upper Colorado River Basin and Illinois River Basin have been added the past 2 years. Tens of millions of Americans drink groundwater from their own wells across the country. This map shows the percentage of each state's population that relies on their own well water for home use. Percentages range from 1% in Puerto Rico to 44% in Maine, with the national average being 14%. Wells provide drinking water for more than 98% of the rural population who do not get their water delivered to them from a county or city water department or private water company. With so many people depending on groundwater and its close relationship to surface waters and riparian ecosystems, it is imperative impacts be recognized and addressed through policy and regulation. With emergent technology and advancement in groundwater monitoring, a more ambitious approach to improving law and policy could be pursued by developing new laws and policies that connect groundwater impacts to rivers and ecosystems. This can be done by expanding environmental protections for surface water laws to groundwater, like the public trust doctrine. This would require the preparation and implementation of local groundwater management plans, including in-stream and ecological elements, beginning with areas experiencing a threshold level of groundwater depletion.